Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I'm Jason, your host. This is a redo of the last video I did because for some reason it didn't record the sound. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so we're going to talk about Motability. It's a government-backed charity that came into being to help disabled people be able to have freedom to get out of their house. After talking to the person at my review, now I've still got to wait until I get my decision on my review, but the situation is that I should be on the higher mobility level of disability. Simply because it's obvious, I don't leave my house. I can't exist outside there because I can't deal with people, I can't deal with things like that. I have a great issue with that. I probably left my house 3 times last year. So I am by definition one of the ones who should be on this. And the reason we never sorted it out earlier was didn't want to rock the boat. Once it was all set up, didn't want to touch anything once it was working, even though I was on the lower mobility section. So, how does Motability work? Well, once you're on the higher level of the mobility section, you apply for it. And then you can choose a car. But we'll go through the basics. Let's go through the basics of it. Okay. So let's say, before we go on here, let's open up a different thing. How it works. Let's move over to there. Okay, so let's go down to the base part down here. Right, first of all, when you go onto the Motability system, you're insured. Now, you don't have to be the driver. In fact, to start with, I will not be the driver because I can't drive. I don't have anything. I could get myself a provisional license, but I won't be the primary. So the insurance is covered, and that's one of the big things. I mean, the cost of insurance for cars is crazy, especially if you're new to them. My friend has basically got his first car. He's just sorting out to pass his test, and the biggest expense is the insurance. The insurance can be, you can get yourself a £500, £1,500, £2,000 car, and your insurance can be far more than the car is worth. So insurance is covered. I can have 3 named people on my insurance for the car. One of them will be can be a provisional, so I could have that. I could be on there as provisional, and therefore I would have a chance to slowly learn to drive. There is also the option that I can. There's a learn to drive package which provides free driving lessons. But the insurance is covered for 3 people, and I can also have other people drive the car, but they can't do it more than, I think it's 30 times a year. If they do, they have to become one of the registered people. So the whole point is, anybody who I put on the thing, the only reason to use that car is to do something for me. To drive me places, to look after me, to get me out of the house, all those kind of things. So, servicing and MOT is covered. Regular service and routine repairs are covered by Motability. Breakdown cover you're automatically with RAC, and therefore will be covered to that. If it's an electric car, which I will be going for an electric car, and I'll talk about why later, that I will have either a charge point at home, or that they will pay for, or access to the public charging network, local network, using a system that they have set up. Right, so that's here. So let's have a look what kind of cars, because for me, I will say that I'm going to do a warning right now to everybody. Do not buy an electric vehicle. Do not buy an electric vehicle. I will repeat it again. Do not buy an electric vehicle. Do a lease. See, if you buy an electric vehicles, first of all, the tech is increasing so much that the depreciation on electric vehicles is absolutely massive. What do I mean by that? Something like, because nobody wants to buy a used electrical vehicle. Nobody wants to buy an electric vehicle where the batteries have degraded. It is much harder to sell an electric vehicle than a non-electric vehicle, and you could spend 120,000 on a Porsche Cayenne 4 years ago, and that will be worth 40-odd thousand pounds, and you still will have problems selling it. It's not, but if you can lease them, like a 3-year lease or a 5-year lease, and at the end you get the next newest model, perfect. Think of it like a mobile phone, a really expensive mobile phone. Yes, treat them as disposable, because what happens then is you're helping the environment, because the company takes back the actual system and it will be recycled and reused and all that. So I think we need to think of EV, electrical vehicles, as like mobile phones, where when the battery starts to fail in or a new one comes out, you just swap it. No, you don't buy to keep it for years and years and years, unfortunately, because battery packs slowly degrade no matter what. So don't buy an electronic vehicle, lease one. You can get some amazing leasing deals. Now, Motability is a leasing deal. Basically, as someone who's on disability, I will be leasing for 3 years a car. That car will be mine for 3 years, and at the end of it, I will choose another car, and then so on and so forth. So that's why it works very well with electrical cars. And of course, you get the bonus of all the stuff, like everybody's pushing towards electrical cars, so you get extras and everything. So that's the good side of it. Now, so let's search for a car. Right. Now, yes, I'll be on PIP. That's the one. The fuel type. Electric. Okay. More filters. Okay. So we want the body type, large estate, medium hatchback, medium and large SUV, and if we go down here, MPV and saloons, and press done. See all 448 cars. These are the cars that are supported by the system, and we are not talking bad cars. These cars are wonderful cars. Lots of different kinds. There's cars that, if you go onto the Motability, see, it isn't just cars. If you can have a scooter, you can have a a wheelchair access vehicle as well. So it's not just thingy. So before we look at the cars, what do I want out of a car? What will I want out of a car? It's got to be a safe space. I am going to have to turn it into a mobile safe space. That will mean electronics, technology. The more technology advanced the car, the more easy it will be for my brain to associate this vehicle as part of my safe space, a mobile safe space. So I'm going to just take this up to 40 so it covers them all. So we get it all on one page. So we've got 38 models here. Now, I won't, like I said before, won't leave any kind of technology in there. I will have it in bags all ready to go when I want to go out. So I'll never be leaving anything that could be stolen in there. The most I might keep in the back seat is a weighted blanket, because my idea is this: if I want to go somewhere and someone's going to take me there and I'm feeling overwhelmed and I don't want to sit in the front seat next to him in the passenger seat and see all that stuff outside, I might love that, but at the same time it might freak me out and bother me. I can get in the back seat and wrap myself in a weighted autistic blanket and just exist. So, but I will of course have a Steam Deck and all the bits and pieces set up in there, but all that kind of stuff will be modular and will be moved out of there whenever I'm not in the car. The car won't be used a lot. It will not be used a lot. I'm not going to leave the house every day. Oh my God, that would be too much. It's going to take massive amounts of time for me to be able to use it. I'll spend a lot of time. Funnily enough, to start with, what I'm going to be doing is basically I'll be sitting in my car, in the back seat of my car, talking with my friends in Discord and just basically getting used to it and just being there. Because I'll be able to acclimatise myself to it. So let's see the kind of cars and what kind of thing we're looking at. See, I want a lot of space because you know me. I have to prepare for the worst, so I will have 5 to 7 days worth of food in a car when I leave the house, even if I'm just going to the shop. I will have battery backup and foldable solar panel and lots and lots of little bits and pieces that will make up a apocalypse, get out of town situation, and it'll all just be there for me because my brain will have this new type of place to coping strategy. So what are we talking about here? Now, these are nice cars, but I mean, the more advanced the car, the better. The more shiny the car, the better. The more, I like the colour or I like the look of it and that, the better. It's got to be something that my brain attaches to, that my brain wants to be in. It's got to affect my brain in that way. If I do get there's a local place that does the Motability, and it's actually within walking distance, and so I'll plan that, and I'll use my augmented reality glasses to get there, and I'll go and just talk to them there and go and sit in lots and lots of cars to see if anything feels awesome. And so the Skoda Enyaq Estate is a very nice vehicle. We go all the way down here to see these cars. You get, when you actually do this, you get a £750 amount of money towards it. Because you just do an advance payment. That's all you pay. You don't pay per month. It's covered by your mobility allowance. You just pay an amount right at the start to cover a little tiny bit of shortfall. And that. So, I'm thinking, so there's stuff like these which are big, but the problem is they're actually not very technological inside. They're basically, you could make them very good, but they have a very short range, electric range. They're nice, they're beautiful, but yeah. So this is one of the nicest ones, the Peugeot 3008. It's a gorgeous car, a really gorgeous car. It's got, depending which one we go for, compare that one. It's got 326 miles. It's a lovely car. I'd want to, because the car's got to be comfortable to sit in, both at the front and the back. And I can't have the roof touching my head, and I can't have it anywhere close to my head because that will bother me and that will cause issues. So I've got to, and if this happens, I will have to sit in these cars and see if they fit me and see if they are shiny to me and make me happy. And I'll want to touch them. I'll want to. It'll be about the feeling of how it feels to me. It isn't. I aren't buying a tool to get from A to B. I'm buying something that's got to be a safe space. I mean, it's a nice one. It's beautiful. And so there's that one. If we go back one more, yeah. So there's some really nice cars in this, and it's all supposed to be there for. Let's try result per page. Let's put 40 on the page. We don't want just thinking. We want to see the whole thing. We want to see everything. We'll go down here because some of these cars are more expensive. But you are getting into stuff like the Lexus. I mean, seriously, the Lexus. You can get a Lexus on this system. I love Lexuses, and Lexuses are so damn fucking gorgeous inside. But they don't have the best range. The best range. And these ones you'd have to pay more up front to pay the thingy. So I probably wouldn't have any of these. My God, there is even freaking BMWs. But you are talking about a massive amount up front as the advance payment, which is understandable. These are thousands of pounds worth of cars. They're not talking basic things. Why is it? We are talking oh my God, these things are amazing type things. The Mini Countryman, nice. But look at that, between 4,000. Those would not be interesting to me. Let's change the filter to advance payment, any minimum maximum payments. Let's take this to maximum payment of say £1,000 maximum. See all 21 models. Yeah, we've cut it down to 21 models now. That makes it easier for my brain. Far easier for my brain to look at. So we have still got access to here a massive amount of gorgeous cars. I mean, yes, I would love to have something like this, but first of all, practicality of place to put this. I don't know. It's only got 148 miles, and in the winter that's going to drop below 99 miles range. And to start with, I might just want to go to the local shop or go to Thingy or go to Tesco or something and have someone drive me there in this seat, and I could sit inside the car and not leave the car if I don't want to leave the car once I get where I've got going. But it will be just this idea that those are... So I'm researching all the different cars and everything that are available. I mean, the ID4 Volkswagen, really nice car. Peugeot 3008, beautiful car. The MG5 is a nice car too. Any of these cars, the Renault Megane E-Tech, they're all positive. I mean, that is really nice. You went for something like that. And then, of course, you find out the local place that's got one of these in. Capacities, how much room it's got in the boot. Number of doors, seats, electric, 160, and so on. And when it comes down to it, let me just go back here and turn off. Right, let's just turn that off. This is all could open up something in my future that I haven't had for a long time. I can't use public transport. I can't. The thought of even going into a taxi or an Uber is so exhausting to me. I have to prepare so much if I'm thinking of going and leaving in any way, shape or form. It's why I don't leave the house. But this would allow me to take those steps. I'm not saying I'd leave the house all the time. I probably wouldn't, but it'd give me the freedom to actually leave the house in a safe and take my safe space with me. And that would matter. So, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm sorry though it got messed up last time I did it. Sometimes it does that. I've been checking and it has been recording the audio. So, bye-bye for now.